What's up YouTube? My name is Measley. Welcome back to another video. Today is our 4th week of the Tavern Premiere League. Today we are going up against Garret, aka the coach of the Kalamazoo Raichus, and this is a super scary match because he has Gouging Fire, and he just has a bunch of threats on his team like Darkrai, Hisui, and Zoroark. So I'm really scared against this team, and Garret is just such a good player. But I'm really excited for the match, and let's get right into it. Alrighty, here we go in our game against Garret, aka coach of the Kalamazoo Raichus. I think I want to lead... I think I want to lead Jkkayy. I think he has a good matchup. And my only fear is if he leads Golem, but if he does that, then we can just go into Espeon. Hopefully get a magic bounce off of his stealth rocks if he goes for that, but we'll see. We got 10 seconds here, so let's get into this match. Alrighty, here we go. This is the fatal match against Garret. Let's see who he leads off with. He's gonna go with Scyther off the rip. Let's see. So we will definitely outspeed Scyther. A U-turn is a little scary, but with our Choice Scarf, we'll definitely outspeed him. Let's see what kind of priority. He could Terra. He is Terra Ground and Terra Normal. Does he get any kind of priority? He does not, other than like a quick attack. So I'm kind of fine with just going for Dark Pulse to see what he goes for. I'm not too scared of this thing. I mean, I'm a little weak to Bug, so maybe Sludge Wave would actually be a better move. I'm gonna go for a Sludge Wave. Nice. So we outspeed with that Scarf. It's neutral damage. Okay, not bad, not bad. Oh, we get the poison off. That's pretty clutch because that might actually allow us to pick up a kill here. Oh, that was Zoroark. That's why it was not very effective. That makes sense. Okay, so that's nice. And that is exactly why I didn't go for the Dark Pulse there, because then we resisted that U-turn instead of taking a ton of damage. So that's really good turn 1. We know that the Zoroark is poisoned. We know who it is, so now we don't have to worry about any illusion shenanigans. And I wonder if that Zoroark is Choice Scarfed. Because it just went for a U-turn off the rip, and I am EV to outspeed Zoroark. The only thing that Greninja wouldn't be outspeeding is a Scarfed max speed, like absolutely maxed Darkrai. So I think we're sitting in a pretty good spot so far. I'm going to assume that Zoroark is his Scarfed Mon, and that he's probably not running anything else Scarf. But now he's going to send in a Tentacruel. I'm assuming he's gonna want to get up some poison or some toxic spikes. So I could go into Espeon, but if he goes for a knockoff, that really wouldn't be ideal. Let's see here, but there's not really much else. We could go into Kevin James and then try to pick up the toxic spikes later. Or we just go into Espeon. I don't really want him to get knocked off right away, but I also don't want Kevin James get knocked. I don't really want anyone to take a knockoff, to be honest. But what is Espeon taking against? Espeon against Tentacruel. I'm just gonna do it. Let's see here. Knockoff, who should do quite a bit of damage, which is not ideal, but we'll see what happens here. Maybe he does go for the toxic. Oh, he just goes for a U-turn off rip. That's okay. I do not have too much of a problem with that. Flip turn, about 20-ish%. Yeah, that makes sense. So he definitely doesn't have any attack investments into this. So let's see what he brings out against Espeon. I'm hoping we can get up some screens here. I would expect to see maybe the Darkrai or the Zoroark. which is a little scary. I'm also a little scared because he didn't bring the golem right away. He waited with that thing. So maybe it's not a stealth rock setter, which is honestly a lot scarier. Chaos Dwarf, that's gonna be the... Oh, okay. Interesting. So I think we can just get a reflect off of this thing. I'm not too scared of what it would do against us. I think that's a pretty safe bet, because he's not gonna throw rocks against us, and maybe we can go for a Draining Kiss against this thing. All right, so we get off the reflect, so that's clutch. That's 8 turns of reflect, which is really nice, and he goes for a spark. Okay, interesting. So that is an odd choice. Spark has a 30% chance to para. I suppose I don't really want anything parried on my team. Let's see, how much is a Draining Kiss doing? Like 15%, nothing incredible. I suppose we could go into Kevin James here, but I really don't. I don't want to get parried, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. I'm pretty happy to have screens up. I mean, a light screen would be nice. Yeah, let's go for a light screen. Let's get it up. Nice, nice. Okay, so he's going to keep going for sparks. Eventually, he's going to get a para. But I think it's pretty safe to go into Kevin James here, because I don't want Espeon to take any more damage. I want him healthier. I'm happy that we have... I think I just have to pray that we don't get parried here. I mean, statistically, it would make sense that we get paralyzed because it's 30% chance. And this is the 3rd spark if he does go for it. So if this is a spark, how much damage is that supposed to be doing against us, against the golem? Okay. So I don't think he really has a lot of attack EVs, because otherwise our Espeon should be taking way more damage. Right, so let's see. Maybe he'll just go for the spark again. Let's see. All of my Pokemon are shiny because I had to gen them through a different means. Okay, he goes for a Volt Switch. Alright. Alright, I like this. That makes me feel so much better. He will get a safe switch into something here. But I'm really glad that he didn't go for a spark and we didn't get parried. Also, no Glaceon. I didn't even realize that. That's really... that makes me really happy, because Glaceon is such a scary Pokemon against my team. Like, so if that thing is just like Choice Specs Freeze Dry, it just destroys me. But maybe Garret knew that, and so he thought that it was better to not bring it, because I would prep for it, which I did quite a bit. So let's see what Garrett's gonna bring out next. He brings out Rudy, which is the Gouging Fire. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit of health off. Let's see here. So we could go for a Burning Bolt. See, him not bringing Ninetales makes me think that maybe this is a more more of like a support set. So we could start getting Dragon Dances off. Or I mean, he could go for Dragon Dances. He could also just go for his Burning Bulwark, which I don't want to use a high horsepower into. So maybe Yuji is a pretty safe switch in here. Or we could go into Hollow Purple, which actually I think I like more. Or Mrs. O'Leary. I like Goodra here. I really don't want to get burned with Kevin James. So we're going to go into Goodra here. Let's see if he does go for a Dragon Dance, which shouldn't be that big of a deal. Let's see, Gouging Fire. We have Reflect and Light Screen. He goes for Breaking Swipe. Okay. So it's going to lower attack, which isn't that big of a deal. But honestly, right now, I think we have a very free Draco Meteor. Because, yeah, so this is definitely a support set. Do we terrastalize right now? I feel like Terra's pretty safe. I don't really plan on terrastalizing with Mabosstiff. So yeah, I'm going to Terra and go for a Draco. Yeah, I think we're pretty safe to just drop a Draco against this team. If he doesn't have HP investment on this, there's a 50% chance that we just OHKO. I'm going to assume that he's pretty bulky, maybe like a max HP, max defense. Like I said, just a super like bulky gouging fire set, which would be a little scary, but we'll see what he goes for. I feel pretty good about this Draco. It's going to be doing mad damage to anything that decides to come in. Alrighty, let's see. So he's not going to swap out. We're going to get the terrestrialization off. Let's see how much this Draco Meteor does. Nice. We got that Terra Water. We got that fountain spouting out of our head, out of the dome. So now we're only weak to electric. He goes for... Okay, so he goes for the Burning Bulwark. He's going to scout out. So that's really nice to know that he has that. So now let's get that written down. Burning Bulwark, and we know that he has a Breaking Swipe. So I think he definitely swaps out here. Who does he swap into? Probably a Tentacruel. If I'm being really honest. So I think that maybe Jkkayy is a pretty good swap here, because this thing is probably physically bulky. And Greninja against Gouging Fire is doing a solid like 50%, and he's not really doing anything to us. Let's see here. Yeah, we're doing around 40-ish%, but I think it's a let's see here. Because then Jkkayy against Tentacruel. You know what? Let's just drop a Draco. He might go into Tentacruel here to eat it, but yep, he is gonna withdraw. So he could have swapped. Oh, he's gonna go into Chaos Dwarf, which is his the Alone Golem. So this is probably gonna take a lot of. Never mind. Okay, that thing has to be. Let's see here, Goodra. Wow, yeah, no, that thing is definitely assault vested. Wow, okay. So I think we're pretty safe. I mean, yeah, I don't want to get poisoned, but paralyzed. But I think we go into Kevin James here. I want to say Miss O'Leary. I want him to be as healthy as possible, because we could go for an Intimidate, but I like this swap. I don't have a problem with this. Alrighty, so we're going to swap out here. Don't want to take any huge damage from this thing. So we're going to Kevin James. Let's see what he decides to run here. Okay, he goes for the Volt Switch. He's going to get another swap off. That's perfectly fine. He will get a free swap into something, probably the Gouging Fire. I suppose we could just keep playing this game, but we'll see what he ends up doing here. Alrighty, so he's gonna go into Final Boss, which turns out okay. So that is the Darkrai. What is? Can we OHKO Darkrai with Brick Break does not quite. And let's see. I think this is our last turn of. How do I see what Grassy Terrain has left? Oh, Grassy Terrain is just gone here. Okay, just kidding. But Brick Break should still do a lot of damage. Sludge Bomb is definitely not going to kill us. So I like this. I like this play. Okay, he goes for his substitute. So nice. Wait, that's actually really, really handy. Because now a Brick Break, assuming that he doesn't have HP investment, which I'm going to assume that he doesn't, Brick Break will kill him. We don't have Reflect anymore, so we might just try to stall out our light screen, which is a little annoying, but I don't have too much of a problem with that. I think I still just want to keep going for brick breaks. Okay, yep, so he's just going to stall out our light screen, so we don't have that anymore. So we will be taking a ton of damage from a Sludge Bomb or an Ice Beam. Let's see. Okay, so it's a little, if he is Life Orb, he could kill us here. So part of me wants to go into Hollow Purple. Especially with Body Press, but I really don't want him getting off a Nasty Plot. Because if he does get off a Nasty Plot, I mean, we can still, as Terra Water, I mean, we should still be able to eat a hit. So yeah, we're going to go into Hollow Purple. He might go for a Substitute here. I don't expect him to, unless he's going for like a some kind of berry strat, like a special attacking boosting once you get to 25%. Let's see what happens here. But we are AV, so we'll be okay. So he doesn't have a berry. I think we just go for Body Press here. Against Darkrai, actually, we could go for a Flamethrower and not reveal Body Press yet. I kind of like that play. But then we do reveal Flamethrower, which honestly doesn't really do us any good later. No, I'm just going to go for a Body Press. I want to make sure that, okay, he goes for a Dark Pulse. Let's see how much this does. 375 to 306. A whole lot of nothing, basically. Oh, we get flinched, though. Okay, a little unfortunate, but I mean, Goodra is so fat. So he's going to keep getting some damage off against us. Just a little unfortunate. Okay, he gets the double flinch. So we could... what do we do here? I think I have to get rid of his sub. Let's just hope that I don't get flinched for a third time in a row. Please. Okay, thank you. So we finally get rid of his substitute, which is really nice. So we could go into Greninja here. I don't really want to take any more damage on Goodra. We do have quite a few. I think we go into Greninja. Let's see, what could he go for against? I mean, he can't really do anything against Greninja, just like how he can't do anything against... I feel like if he had Thunder, he would have gone for that already. So I think I'm going to go Greninja here, because then we'll be able to outspeed and hopefully finish this thing off if he does stay in, and resist the Dark Pulse here. Alrighty, so he's going to swap out. Let's see what he goes for here. Chaos Dwarf, that is the Golem. Okay, so this Golem is Assault Vested. Let's see if this thing... Let's see if he can eat a hit from Greninja. I think Assault Vest, let's say that he's max Spadef. Let's get the cut going here. A Grass Knot. So a Grass Knot is doing it's doing about 60% if he's max HP, max Spadef. Which is a little scary because I really don't want... I think we just go back into Kevin James here. I really don't want to get... I don't want to get hit by a Spark and have Greninja go down right here. Let's see. If a Spark would kill us. Yeah, no, definitely. I think we just go into Kevin James. So let's swap out here. It's nice that his Darkrai is down to 25% because a Grassy Glide should be able to kill. So you go into Kevin James. I think we're free to go. Oh, he's just going to double immediately. Okay, let's see. Maybe he goes Tentacruel. All right. So I am not upset about this. Honestly, I think we go for a high horsepower. Because a high horsepower against Tentacruel should just do insane damage. And honestly, nothing else on his team really wants to take it other than a Scyther. So we could go into Scyther, but let's see what he decides to go for. We might I don't think, no. If he's a fast Tentacruel, then we won't outspeed. So this could get a little bit dicey, but I think that going for a high horsepower is a really good play here. Alrighty. Oh, we get the high horsepower off, and he avoids it with the 5% chance. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. That's really not... I'm not happy about getting flinched twice in a row and then missing a 5%. But you know what they say, if it's not 100%, it's 50%. So, he could go into Scyther here, and Scyther is really scary against my team. Because, like, U-turn just does really crazy damage. Except against, like, a Kleenex, maybe. But I think that... what do I want to do here? Gosh, now I wish I had U-turn. I think he expects that, so I really want to go into Mabostiff, but if he stays in, I can't do anything. I'm just going to go for another high horsepower. If he swaps, then he swaps. That's how it is. He goes for a Protect. Okay, so it's just a stall Tentacruel set. Let me write this down quick. Alright, so luckily we do have the grassy terrain, which is kind of helping us out a little bit. Honestly, I think we go into... He could be going for a Scald. What do we want to do here? I could go into Kleenex, but I don't want to risk getting burnt if he does go for a Scald. I honestly think he's going to swap out to... Here's the plan. I think we go into Miss O'Leary. If he swaps out into a... into Scyther, then that's not too bad. We get an Intimidate off, which would be really nice. I think that's probably best case scenario if he does go into Scyther. If he stays in, then we could go for a Jaw Lock, and then hopefully go into something else. I'm a little scared that Zoroark is probably... Okay, so we swap out. We are faster. We knew that already. So we go into Miss O'Leary. Mabostiff is out here. Okay, so we get the Intimidate off, and he does swap out. Oh, I forgot that Intimidate goes before. So he does go into Scyther, which is really unfortunate, because Scyther is probably killing us with, I mean, even a U-turn. Well, maybe not. Is that without Custap? Okay, let's see what else Scyther gets. I'm not... Honestly, I didn't prep too much against this thing, so that's totally my fault. Let's see if he goes for a lunge against me. That shouldn't kill. Even like Technician boosted. If he's Life Orb as a 43% chance to kill us, so I think we just go for a Comeuppance here. And let's just hope. If he's banded, then... I mean, that's unfortunate. Miss O'Leary just goes down. He goes for a U-turn. Yes, we survive. Oh, that is super clutch. So now anything coming in is going to take some huge comeuppance damage. So I'm really hoping that he goes into like Gouging Fire, or Tentacruel would be super clutch if we could get rid of that thing. But comeuppance should do crazy damage. He goes into Rudy. Yo, wait. Okay, let's go for the comeuppance. Let's see. Yes! Mabostiff, you beast! Oh, that was such a huge play. That was so huge. So that full HP Gouging Fire is just gone. So that's really, really clutch. Wow. Mabostiff coming in clutch. He gets his comeuppance. That revenge is sweet. Sweet, sweet revenge. Oh, that's nice to see. So let's see what he decides to bring out. I don't think we're in Custap range. I think we're a little over 100 HP. I want to say we're at like 104, which is just above Custap. Which actually, that was after we gained HP from the grassy terrain. So that grassy terrain might have kind of screwed us over, because I would really like to not show Endure. Because if we do go for an Endure, that kind of, really shows them that we have a Custap berry. Okay, so he goes into... So, wait, this is not the Tentacruel, it's Poison. So this is definitely the... this is their... I can't think of the Pokemon. Zoroark. And I think it's Scarf, so I think we're safe to go for an Endure right now. So let's see what he goes with. He's going to go for the U-turn. Okay, so we're going to eat that. And now, whoever he decides to bring in next, well, either we could go for a Jaw Lock. We could also go for a Destiny Bond. Honestly, he's probably going to Gouging Fire. Here's... Oh, he goes into Scyther. Okay, so the Scyther... It didn't kill us. So if I had to... Okay. So I feel like the Destiny Bond is pretty obvious. If I'm being completely honest. I think he's probably going for a Swords Dance. So against that, what do I want to do? I mean, this thing is really scary. We could go for a Destiny Bond. Because... But if he gets 2 Swords Dances off, then a Quick Attack, a Terra Normal Quick Attack is probably doing a ton of damage against my team. Let's see here. I think I go for a Destiny Bond. It's pretty obvious, but let's just see. He goes for the Quick Attack. Yes! So now we are also going to take down Scyther. Mabostiff having the game of his life right... Oh, I didn't get the Destiny Bond off because of the Quick Attack. Because it has priority. Oh, I'm so... Ugh, that was so dumb. Okay, no, that's fine. So we can outspeed with Yuji. We could also go for... Gosh, my team is very weak to Bug and Flying. I didn't quite realize this before, so we could go into... Let's see if Goodra eats a hit from Scyther. Yes. We should eat some damage off of this thing, and then maybe go for a counter. Could be really nice. So I like this play. Gosh, I was really excited for that. I thought I was going to get it off. I suppose I didn't even think about Quick Attack. That was a really, really poor move on my side. I think counter is pretty free here. He could just swap out. But I think I expect him to stay in. But we'll see. We'll see what he goes for here. Alrighty, so he goes for a dual Wing Beat. Oh, are we going to survive this? Shoot. We did not survive the dual Wing Beat. I suppose... I don't know how I missed that on my Calcs. I accidentally got rid of it. Okay. So this is a little bit of a scary situation. I think we can go into UG and go for a Sludge Wave. Expecting them to go into a Golem maybe. I really don't want to go into anything else. I suppose we could go into Espeon and get a Reflect Up, but that would just be kind of throwing it away, and I think Espeon could set up later. For a late game screens, I would much rather have, so I think I want to go into UG here and just get up a Sludge Wave. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I think Sludge Wave is pretty clean against this team. I mean, it's not doing a ton of damage, but it will put us in a typing that resists bugs, so I like this move a lot better. Okay, so he is going to swap out. I maybe could have predicted that, but you know, it is how it is. He is going to go into the Tentacruel. So we can't get poisoned by this thing, which is really nice. But since he is a Tentacruel, he's going to be eating hits. Okay, I'm assuming that's Black Sludge. Yep. So against a Tentacruel, let's see. So we poison, so Mudshot isn't doing anything anyway. I think we're pretty free to go into Kevin James here. We could, or we could also go into Espeon, because Espeon can't get poisoned. He could go for a knockoff. Ooh, I'm actually expecting a knockoff here right now that I say that. In which case, we could go into Kleenex and get up a Swords Dance by possibility. He is definitely keeping Scyther in the back for a quick attack. I think we just go into Kevin James here. I might be getting a little too predictable. I might need to start making some reads. But let's see what he decides to go for here. He could just go for another Toxic or a knockoff, which is what I'm expecting more. Oh, he goes for a Flip Turn. Okay, that's okay. I like Kevin James being in against most of his team. Because now that we have Grassy Terrain up, a Grassy Glide is pretty good except for against Scyther, who quad resists it. Gosh, that thing is... I should have prepped way more for Scyther. I really did not do well for that. But let's see. Let's just see what he ends up going into here. I'm going to guess it's the Scyther because nothing else really wants to take a Grassy Glide from me. And honestly, I think Rillaboom might be kind of an endgame Pokemon because Grassy Glide is really good against his entire team. Final boss. Oh, he goes into the Darkrai. Okay. So he's going to get a little bit of HP. But that's not that big of a deal. He might try to get some extra poison damage off of me. But Grassy Glide should kill him right here. Let me double check this. Yeah, Darkrai is taking 50% against that. So I think we just Grassy Glide here 10 times out of 10. And hopefully the Darkrai will go down here. You might just be trying to get poison damage off. Might just be trying to weaken us. But we have to make sure that Kevin James can stay alive. Okay, so he is going to withdraw. Going into this. Oh, goes back into Tentacruel. Okay, so we should be able to get some pretty good damage here. Yes, that was super, super nice. A solid, yeah, a little over 50%. So this is probably what, maybe not quite 50%. This might be a bit more of a bulky set. You know, I think he's going for a Protect here. So we could probably go into Espeon and get screens up. I think is what I want to do. Yeah. I like the Espeon play right here. So we have to make sure that Rillaboom is at least alive enough to get Grassy Terrain back up for our Kleenex. Nice. So he does go for the Protect. That's super clutch. He is going to get another 12% back, which is not ideal. But I think he swaps out in fear of a Psychic. So we're going to get a Light Screen. Let's see. Espeon has base 110 speed, and Scyther has base 105. So we're going to outspeed Scyther, but we wouldn't outspeed a Scarfed Zoroark. So I do want to get a Light Screen off. He's probably going for a Flip Turn here. Yep. Okay. Ooh, but that might open us up for a Quick Attack. Let's see here. Quick Attack against Espeon is, especially if he's Terra Normal, a Quick Attack would pick us off. So that's a little scary. But let's just see. Let's just see what happens. Because us at 30%, it's around 100 HP. I don't remember what we're at right now. Okay, so he goes into final boss, which is the Darkrai. So with a Light Screen, we're at 93 HP. Let's see if we Darkrai. A Dark Pulse, even through a Light Screen, would kill us. But honestly, I think he expects us to swap out. We could, because if he goes, assuming he goes for a sub here, that's really not. We could go into UG, and we would be able to eat a Dark Pulse, or if he goes for sub, because we are behind Light Screen, so then we could just knock off Sludge Waves. Or we could just go for a Draining Kiss. I think that's my play. I'm going to go for a Draining Kiss. I think he goes for a sub here. Yep. Nice. Okay. So he goes for the sub, but we're going to get... I'm pretty sure we get HP off of this. This will definitely get rid of his substitute also. I'm assuming. Yeah, there we go. Alright, do we get HP off of that? Nice. Okay, so we're at 146 now. Plus Grassy Terrain. That puts us at 166. So we're at 50%. We should be able to eat a Dark Pulse. So I think we just go for a Draining Kiss here. Unless he could go into Golem or Tentacruel. So in that case, I think I actually want to go... Unless... Okay, so we could go into UG, or we could go into Kevin James here. Honestly, Rillaboom would be a really baller play if it works out, but if he goes for a Dark Pulse, we're really screwed. So I think I do this play. Or do we just go... You know what? I'm just going to go for a Draining Kiss. He stays in. We do not survive. Shoot. Okay. I think that was a roll. Unless he was max special attack. But, okay. From here on out, we could go into UG. But I think that Kevin James is just the obvious play here. Because, again, Grassy Glide is going to be doing crazy damage to everything except for Scyther. Let's see how much we can do. Grassy Terrain. Grassy Glide is not doing enough. But let's see here. I could also go for a knockoff. Because, I mean, Grassy Glide is super obvious. If we go for a knockoff against Scyther, that's really good damage, and we get rid of his item. Let's do it. Let's go for a knockoff. I really hope that he swaps out here. I'm kind of banking on it, but we'll see what he ends up going for. A knockoff will kill him from this range. Okay, so, oh, yes. Okay, so he's going to get the swap. So he goes into Scyther. Yes. Okay, so knockoff is going to be doing quite a bit of damage. It's going to be really nice. Solid 50. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, because it was EDahl. Okay. Nice, nice. So, here's the thing. I think we're going to have to sack something here. Which is really unfortunate. But I have an endgame in mind. Since Scyther no longer has this EDahl, Kleenex is honestly looking really good if we can get a sword stance off. But that's also assuming that we can eat a hit from this thing, which we cannot. What do we do here? I could go for a knockoff and just get more damage, so that I think we just go for a knockoff. He goes for a sword stance. Ooh, oh, okay. So this is really scary. Alright. So if he goes Terra Normal, shoot, we might lose the game right here, to be completely honest. Okay. So we're going to go for a knockoff and hopefully pick up the kill here. He goes for a dual wing beat, but he misses. Okay, does knockoff kill? Yes! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was really, really clutch. So we got hacks earlier, but the hacks are coming back to help us out here. Wow, that was really, really important. Okay, so with this endgame, no more Scyther means Grassy Glide does crazy damage and kind of wipes out the rest of his team. So I think we really just need to preserve Rillaboom here, because then after that, I think an endgame, even if Rillaboom does go down, then an endgame SNEASLER does really well. Alright, that was... Wow, I got so lucky, I'm not gonna lie, but Rillaboom really, really came in clutch there. Okay, so he's going into Tentacruel. I'm expecting the Protect. So we could go into Kleenex here. Alright. Grassy Terrain is still up, correct? Let me check. Yeah, it is. Okay. I think we go into Kleenex here. This might be a bold play, but it also might be a play that we need to make. Because I think he's going for a Protect here. I think Rillaboom is too much of a threat against this, against Garrett's team. So let's see the Protect, hopefully. So we get that on Burden. So we got +1 SNEASLER right now. As long as yes, he goes for a Protect. Okay, so we get that free switch in. So now, okay, so he does get all of that HP back. Grassy Terrain is still up. I think we go for a think we just go for a sword stance here. Because I don't think there's too much that Tentacruel can do against us. And then we should be able to start throwing off some Night Slashes. Because 2 Night Slashes should kill Tentacruel after +1 sword stance. Alright, so we get the sword stance. He does not swap out. Let's see what he decides to go for. It could be the flip turn. Yep, he goes for a flip turn. I still don't know what his 4th move is. But I'm really happy that we got that off because he has Toxic Protect Flip Turn. I don't think we've seen his last move. It could be Hex, maybe. And I don't think... He doesn't really have a move against us other than, like, Chilling Water, maybe. That could be nice, but... So he goes into Chaos Dwarf, which is their Alolan Golem, but at +2, he does not have Sturdy. He's not at 100% HP, so Close Combat will kill, except for a Terra. Okay. If he goes for a Terastallization here, he could go for... If he's Galvanize, an Explosion. That will kill us, even with our +1 defense. But that gets rid of this thing. But honestly, Kevin James should be able to sweep the rest of the way. I think we just go for a close combat and hope that we can get the kill here. So he is going to Terastallize. This will be ground or water. Let's see what he goes for here. He is Terra Water. So let's see if this close combat can take him out. Let's see here. So we get it off. And let's go, SNEASLER. This thing is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that might, no promises, but that could be the game. But we do still have to take care of Tentacruel. We are -1 Spadef now, and I don't think that we can OHKO Tentacruel with a Night Slash. Okay, so he's going to go into Tentacruel. So Night Slash will be a 2-hit KO. So let's see. I don't think it's worth it to go for another Sword Stance. I don't think there's really a reason to. I don't know if he can kill us even at -1. So we just go for a Night Slash here. And just get as much damage off this thing as possible. That is so close to killing. He goes for a flip turn. Okay. Oh, we got a crit there. Alrighty. So now he has either the Zoroark or the Darkrai to go into next. But either way, we are in a really good position to hopefully finish out this game. Alright, he sends out final boss here, which is going to be the Darkrai. I think we just go for a Dire Claw. I don't think there's really a reason for us to go for a close combat and risk losing any more defenses. So Dire Claw is going to be 100% accurate. We're going to pick up the kill there. So now there's only 2 mons left, which is his potentially Scarf Zoroark and the Tentacruel, which will both go down to a Night Slash, assuming that they don't have any sort of priority or anything to throw us off. Alrighty, so it's going to go for a Night Slash here. This should finish. Oh no, this is going to be the... oh, he gets a Shadow Sneak. Does that kill it? Oh, not even close. Yeah, sorry Zoroark, but your physical attack is not good enough. So we get the Night Slash off, take out Zoroark, which is really nice. And now we just have the Tentacruel, which should be finished off with a Night Slash, like I said earlier. I mean, it has like 10% HP left, so this should be the game. Great game to Garret. That was super close. Gosh, that was a scary game. But I think Mabasif really came in clutch. I mean, that comeuppance taking out the gouging fire was super clutch. That was a really fun play. But his team is so scary, guys. I spent so long prepping against Garret. So this has been a really fun match, but I think that SNEASLER is gonna finish it off here. So here we go. Oh, he's gonna go for a protect. He's gonna stall it out a little bit longer. So you get the Night Slash, obviously protected. Garret's just playing around now. He's gonna get that Black Sludge HP back. But now the Night Slash should kill, unless he goes for a double protect. But there we go. So the Night Slash gets off, and there goes down Tentacruel. That was a really fun game. Really nerve-wracking, but great game to Garret. It was a ton of fun. I always love our matches because Garret is such a good player. So GG's, and I'll see you guys in the next video.